Hey folks, welcome to the stream. I'm here for a little bit of magic today again, and let's see whether we can roll a better daily. No, we end up with blue and black. Alright, is there any good daily deal? Sometimes they get, I can get some gems or golden discount, but not today. I'm still waiting for the Kamigawa Alchemy packs to become available for gold. They're not yet. I don't like to spend money on this game, to be honest. The economy is horrible, so it's not really good. And I'm saving up my gems and gold for basically the next set. I'm just gonna save some gold, some gems, and just probably try to get enough to run at least 4, 5, 6 drafts at the beginning, and basically that enables me to go near infinite. Now, what I'm going to be doing, well, not infinite, but to do about 20 drafts, and that gets me most of the set, right? 20 drafts, you reserve, if you do on average 4 wins, which is roughly what I do, 3, 4, 5, you're probably going to be ending up with about, out of 20 drafts, with about 120 rares and mythics, plus with about 10, 15 wildcards. So that's pretty decent, and you can get the things that you really need from the set. And today, to get the daily, the 500 gold, we need to do blue and black. And I'm thinking I'm going to play a bit of historic. And blue and black. What could we do with blue and black? We could do something like rogues. We could do some kind of cheeky. We could do some kind of cheeky fast deck with a bunch of counter spells. And maybe we can try some variation of Delver. And Death Shadow can be quite fun. What would be a good direction for something like this? What would be a good direction for something like this? Maybe something tempo-ish that can stall the big value decks. With control and combo and value decks like Niv and Azorius control for a while. And do well against them with a bunch of with maybe a bunch of flying faster, relatively faster creatures that are hard to block. It might perhaps be fun. And blue and black do have the kind of tools to play that game. So that could be something interesting. And then basically sort of kind of a flash deck. And maybe from the sideboard we could switch into something more controlling. Probably we would want the counter spell, which untaps our mana. Right. Maybe we can try one of the amalgams. It has never really worked out for me. I mean, this one doesn't have any zombies though, but it can exploit any creature. Untap, counter. Which spells do this? Oh, did I set it to symbolic? Ah, historic, sorry. No, I'm looking at the alchemy card pool. So unwind can rewind, and rewind can do what I was thinking about. Good. Let's have a look. What are the useful blue and black cards? Well, obviously we would want a good mana base, so we would probably be playing most of the more decent dual lands. And we're just probably going to craft that last Shipwreck Marsh, why not? Yeah, those lands are quite decent. Could be a flash deck. Drown is a good card. Drown is a very good card. Lazav can be good. Lazav can be a pretty fun card. I mean, look at it. Gosh. Weird card. Ninjutsu, Soaring Toad Thief. I don't really want to mill my opponent that much. Can try Kaito. Kaito could be fun. Ashiok can be a fun sideboard card, as can Narset. I mean, some of our things have flash, right? Not many, though. Not that many. Scarab God is a cheeky one. I always liked it. Would we want something like Ashiok as the top end? No, probably we would rather want. Maybe Soaring can be decent to ensure that we can get a couple of cards, and something like Narset in the sideboard to slow down Phoenix and other decks which rely a lot on card draw. We'd obviously want Toadseed and Fatal Push. And probably 2 Kozileks as well. I don't see any reason to put Toadseed in sideboard though. How many lands is this? 24. Well, we are more like a tempo deck, and probably we're gonna have some card draw as well. I'm going to add something for sure. So what was the draw 2 in black? Funny that black gets excellent card draw recently. Charm, yeah. Charm definitely can come in this kind of deck. Suilun is very strong. It's a 3/4 for 3 that can draw a card when it attacks. Even if you're not playing any other Merfolk, one might be okay. Desert's Gambit. It's not amazing. What would be good here? I mean, Village Rites is decent, right? We have cheap creatures, we have some stuff we can. I like Bond recently. Bond is quite fun. It's easier to cast than Sign in Blood. It's one of the good things about it. Probably we do want in the sideboard some number of lanterns. And so what do we do if you play against something very aggressive, right? We need some removal. Yahenni could be decent then. Yahenni's expertise in the side. It's quite slow though. -3 doesn't do much against a lot of decks these days. Borrower could be okay. It can bounce some things and slow them down. What else can be okay? What else can be okay? We're going to build this sort of Dimir tempo deck. What else could be okay? What has flash in these colors? Sailor, Cutthroat. Cutthroat is not bad. Not great, not bad. Trickster is good. Trickster is still a strong card, even now, even though it's an old card. Obstructionist can be very funny. You can cycle it, you basically draw another card, and you counter something. I'll play one, just for the heck of it. It's a bit slow these days, actually, for historic. I mean, it's a bit dated, to be honest, but, you know, still sort of a fun card. Paragon, Bearer, not necessarily, no. What else could be good? Actually, I might not play this main deck, and I might just add Dispute to the sideboard, rather. 2 copies at least for sure, maybe even 3. We're going to fine-tune the sideboard a bit. I'm more thinking about exiling and destroying things. It would be pretty important to have some ways to get rid of key creatures. And yeah, I mean, actually, Gearhawk could allow us to have a little bit better late game. That's true. Cling to Dust can be pretty useful as well, right? As a value spell, sort of. What could be good for value? I think Palm Ninja is just not great in constructed. I don't think it's quite enough. Maybe it is. I don't know. Carnarium? I mean, we can avoid having to play into our own Carnarium. We can be relatively strategic. Ooh, Go Blank, definitely. Go Blank, absolutely. And this is a good creature as well. I'm going to play probably a lot of one-offs because I haven't played this deck. I mean, this deck doesn't really exist qua this deck. It's just something I'm coming up with now. And maybe I'll put a Gisha in the side for against creatures. Extinction Event could be quite fun. Extinction Event could be quite fun, yeah. Or Shadow's Verdict. But, I mean, there are a lot of creatures over 3 that we need to be able to deal with. I like Wretched Sorrow. Erebos' Intervention is also good. Erebos' Intervention can exile or gain us life if we need that. It's pretty decent. Can come in pretty clutch. If we would have the Dimir fast land and the Azorius fast land, we could build a pretty good Esper tempo deck, but as things stand, that's not really a possibility. We definitely need Feed the Swarm and maybe one Infernal Grasp as well, just to have some unconditional removal. Ruin can be pretty good. It's a nice card if you get to the late game and we need some value. But I feel like I'm adding more and more... Sorry, I'm adding more and more slow cards, which is definitely not the way to go in the current meta. Maybe one Field of Ruin is good, actually. Or one Ratchet Bomb against the Oven decks. They have a lot of stuff on one. Or Blast Zone. Could do a Blast Zone. Instead of Field of Ruin. I mean, if we go this way, probably we don't want tapped lands like that. And probably we don't want all 4 checked lands. It's better to have one more swamp, maybe? Yep. Or to have a Castle of Untrust could be good. Hall of Storm Giants can be pretty good as well. Hall of Storm Giants can be pretty good. Otavara is a nice card. It can bounce some problematic things. Ventress. Actually, Locthwain would be probably even better. Locthwain and Bog. So probably we're gonna go with one Eye Tyrant. Takenima is also strong. And then maybe go down 2 marshes as well, or 1 marsh. Yeah, and then we have sort of a good mixture of utility lands. Yeah, we can exile, we can draw cards, we have a 2 man lands, we have some land destruction. That's pretty decent. Okay, how many creatures do we have? So this is a lot, right? This is 18 creatures. That's actually not a lot. 18. Amalgam is, I think, too slow. Trespasser is okay. I mean, they need to discard a card if they want to target it. Borrower. One Borrower might be enough in the sideboard. And then we are down to 16 creatures. That's probably a good number, and we might need that many. There's 3 Planeswalkers. And then what we need to check is this checks for instants and sorceries. So how many instants and sorceries do we have? We have 25. That's not bad. It's probably gonna get a bunch of good hits. But we need to cut 4 cards as well. I just realized we're a bit over our limit. So maybe 1 Spell Thief is okay. Yeah, I mean, it is a bit expensive, right? Rewind is not bad. Maybe 1 Stormgate is enough. We're at 62. 3 Planeswalkers. Okay, 1 Saurian is also going to be sideboard. And then with 14 creatures, we definitely need at least that many. With 25 instants and sorcerers, maybe 1 is okay to cut 1 thing. Maybe the Cling. It's a bit situational. Okay, that should be fine for our main deck. And then we can have a look at our sideboard. Disruption, no, we can cut it. Negate, we can. Can we cut? Disdainful Stroke. Disdainful Stroke, the good thing is it can be good against creatures as well. Force Push, no, I would rather have a little bit more of a selection of things. I have a bunch of ways of hating in the graveyard, so Soul Guide, Cling, Ashiok, Tyrant is a bit suboptimal here, Scarab God might be a bit slow. I mean, maybe against creature decks it's okay, but if we need this to stabilize, it might be too late. I mean, it can be a win con. Feed the Swarm to deal with some problematic enchantments, although we don't really have... There aren't a lot of enchantments that blow us out very badly. Grasp, they have some unconditional removal. Narset, Nimble can go. Cry can probably go. One extinction event. Gisa is too much of a meme. Gisa would be lovely, but yeah, hard to imagine doing too well. Let's see, what else do we have here? I mean, we already have a bunch of counterspells. Maybe 2 mystical disputes are enough. Although I would really, yeah, at least one. Gifted Etherborn is actually a good card against aggro decks. It can trade and gain life as well. Very tempted to play something like that. Ether Gust is even more tempting, though. Okay. Stroke is good to deal with sort of biggies. Its second Sorin can go. Although I'm actually, because we have Archmage's Charm, I might just cut the Revines. Play 2 Sorins just to make sure we have some kind of value engine. And maybe play... I mean, we already have one Go Blank in the main. We could play one Grasp in the main. And then we still need to cut one card. What should that be? Any ideas, folks? We could cut... So at the moment, the plan is to play a Delver or play some cheeky value creature that can get us cards or counter our opponent's spells. All our creatures do these kind of things, and they're a little bit hard to hit for different kinds of reasons. And then if we get to a little bit later game, we hope to have run our opponent out of cards in their hands, so we are top decking. Then maybe we can counter their key spells, refill our own hand, and establish board dominance. And so what we're worried about, for example, Phoenix or Golgari, Foodie Boys. We can't do too much against Foodie Boys, to be honest. Scarab God isn't gonna save us there. Difficult to remove the enchantments and artifacts efficiently in food, and they can usually rebuild really easily, so that's a big problem as well. A Skydiver can help us a little bit, it can steal something, but I mean that's just one of their many things. Stroke might be good against slower big decks, value decks like Nave and Azorius. Narset is good against Phoenix, Go Black is good against Phoenix. I think Scarab God is really the outlier with 20 lands. Okay, let's give it a go. So we're playing this part mainly because my daily task is to get in a bunch of games and cast a bunch of black and blue cards. And it should be fun. It should be nice trying out something different, having our own build. I sometimes like to just net deck and have a look at, what people are playing, what the meta is, but sometimes it's just nice to take your cards that you have and run with an idea, have a look how it is positioned in the meta. I mean, at the moment, the historic meta is very diverse, and So one of the difficult things about playing historic is that you have to be sort of able to really. I played against 2 Yorion decks yesterday, and I'm playing against Yorion again. Why is Yorion suddenly so popular? I think people are very greedy at the moment, so they're trying to probably combat. They're trying to probably go. People are trying to go over the top of food decks and Phoenix and battle them with removal and yeah, hand disruption. Yep. Look at that. Yorion Totsies. Interesting, interesting. Well, let's see what our opponent brings. Golden Egg. Strange, weird things. Strange, weird things, people. We're probably just gonna go with our 5th land here. We drew 5 lands out of 9 cards. Not a great start. Not a very promising start, and we're playing Yorion again. I played Yorion all day long yesterday. This is very worrying, to be honest. It would have been so nice now to Seagate Stonecrawl and double up the Toadseas. So what kind of things do they play? So basically this is like a Doom Foretold. It's the same kind of deck I've been playing yesterday. I wonder why I get these decks, so many of them in a row. Strange. Oh well. So they have another Yorion. I mean, Teferi is their card advantage engine, right? That's the most dangerous. And that's something we definitely want to get rid of. Our Fatal Push is absolutely useless. Wow, they're playing Raven's Warning. Well, at least we can use our Fatal Push on it, that's something. We draw our 6th land. That's pretty horrible. 6 lands. Wow. Well, I'm gonna draw a card even if it's painful because I keep drawing lands. I mean, this is not looking good. Now what to do, really? My opponent is not drawing lands, but we are. We're drawing a bit too many. Did they get a 4th land? The Raven's Warning. Could be okay in a Flyers deck. If you have something in your sideboard that's powerful enough to warrant putting on top of your deck. Doom Foretold, we're going to discard Island to it. 7th land, we're going to draw an 8th one, so it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Okay, finally we are getting at least some spells. That's not nothing. Yeah. It's the graveyard, doesn't really matter. They have 4 cards in their graveyard. Do I want to counter that? Maybe. Maybe I just want to draw 2 cards. Maybe I just want to draw 2 cards. Okay, it's not too bad. Painful Bond's life loss does add up though. I've been playing this card for a couple of days now. I'm really trying to look what I can get out of it. And it's very painful actually. It's very, very painful. I can just bait them into attacking into my Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Probably it's better to try and counter Yorion. Let's see whether we can snack something. Oh yeah, we can. Harmless offer. Ah, they're playing Demonic Pact. Cheeky opponent, cheeky. Yeah, we're just going to pass. We're just going to pass. Let them... they're going to attack first, right? So we're gonna try to eat that. And... sadly, we have to do that. Yep. They're going to bounce everything, draw 2 more cards, and these Yorion decks are interesting. I mean, they're very beatable if you're playing a control deck, but they're very hard to beat if they have a decent draw with some removal and you're playing a creature deck. And I guess that's the idea, right? Like, that's sort of the pitch that they have. That's their attraction. So I guess with this deck, it's important to have a good mix of creatures and spells, right? So it doesn't make so much sense to keep these hands without creatures. And we can maybe keep 2 mana hands, because almost everything we have is sort of a 2 mana spell. Where here we are going to lose the Demonic Pact, so we're just going to pass, allow our opponent to close out the game. Yeah, basically I played against Niv Mizzet and Yorion a lot in the last couple of days, which seems to suggest to me that at least at this low level, a lot of people are going for value train decks. And they want to beat up on their opponents by having simply more card draw. It's like a powering through strategy, right? Like you have all the little value plays, because a lot of decks are trying to play these synergies. Like Golgari, I'm gonna put all these counters on the squirrel, I'm gonna ping you for 1 so many times, and these decks, like these Yorion decks, they're like, no, I'm gonna get so much value out of every single card. So the trick for these decks is they need to survive to at least turn 4 or 5. Before that, they're a bit more vulnerable. And maybe that's why many people are like, oh, I want to have all this removal, but I also want to have, like, I want to have the sweepers, I want to have the Elspeth's Conquer stats, or whatever that was, Elspeth's Nightmare. But they also want to have all these big haymakers like Demonic Pact and stuff, Doom Foretold, that are going to get you a lot of value later. Interesting. It's sort of a logical shift, I guess. What else do we get rid of here? I like almost everything against them. Maybe the Hermit isn't that important here. "14 creatures might not be enough. Okay, we have a Delver. So we have blue and black. We have Mystical Dispute and Drown in the Lock. We have a Painful Bond. So maybe this is an okay starting hand. Sorin can, of course, only come much later, but that's okay. That's why he's here. He doesn't need to do anything at the moment. Tricky. Not that obvious how this is gonna go. We would like our 1-mana 3/2 flyer. Such a weird art. Yep, reveal. We get our Drown in the lock, and we get our Aberration, so we can start attacking. And I mean, I think I'm just going to Painful Bond here, because we need a land. Toadseed is really good as well. Opponent probably doesn't have removal just yet. Really? They give... They had a very bad hand, it seems. And maybe they didn't draw any lands. That's strange. Would Feed the Swarm be good? Is it important to get rid of any of their cards? I mean, the problem with Brazen Borrower is that because they play Yorion, a lot of the things that they play have an enter board effect. So if it bounce those things, then they get the value twice, right? So we don't want to do that. It's just not a very good deal. It's just not a great deal, it seems. But we have 2 decent creatures and a little bit of card advantage and a counter spell. And a good mix of lands. Yeah, I think I'll just keep this. Oh, they're toad-seizing me again. I think they're going to take Suelen. Suelen is dangerous because it can gain cards, right? Yep. I think that was a good choice. Why do I get 3 pathways so often? These kind of things. So Stormgate can be good later. But these are basically almost all reactive cards. Probably I should not have kept this hand, looking back now. It's not like my Stormcaller is going to do a whole lot, but it's also not like we're in a hurry, right? Our only chance to win is if we get like Archmage's Charm and some other value spells, and we can get a bit of an advantage off of that. Again, we see a lot of lands in our top 10. I think in this case I'm just okay with countering this. You know, it's not great, but why not? I don't want my opponent to have that much agency over what I have, what I don't have. Oh, they didn't like go blank. That's interesting. Okay. I'm going to be on 5 mana, and probably they have a Yorion, and they're going to get a double draw. Nothing I can do about that, though. So, yeah, double Toadseas. I haven't seen any of my 6-card disruption hands, right? Well, 7 I have seen once, so that's not true. Anyway, 5 lands, but it's very, very good for them. They put that in hand. So at the moment, why do we get so many lands in a deck with only 20 lands? Why? Because 1/6 of my deck, 1/5 of my deck is 1/3 of my lands. That's not good. What do they have? They're holding up something. Maybe it's the egg. I don't know. Anyway, I can make them discard 2 things. That's pretty nice. That was a good raid. But they have 3 powerful cards. You see, they have so much card advantage over me already. They drew fewer lands than I did, although I'm pretty sure they play a much higher land ratio. And they have 2 copies of their very, very powerful spell, and they can just Yorion and then double up. So effectively, we have lost this game already. Basically, that's what it means. Yeah, if they're smart, they're going to just Yorion, get 2 extra cards, and Doom Foretold, really? I mean, you can. It's just not very good, is it? It's fine, it doesn't matter. We already... Is this real? Like, why? Why do I get 7 lands? This really... I really shouldn't get this many. Maybe I need to go down to 18. Probably. I'll probably just go down to 18 lands. So now we can counter their Yorion, which is nice. Demonic Pact. I mean, they don't have Harmless Offering, but it does give them so much advantage. Yeah, well, let's just counter it. We don't want them to gain for life, draw 2 cards, and all those shenanigans. And anyway, they can bounce it with Yorion later, which is not a good thing. Adversary. Right. Adversary is not bad. It can... Well, let's just keep up the Adversary and hope that they didn't draw another counter spell. If they did, then 6 lands out of almost 20 cards, and their land ratio must be much higher than mine. Tough. Not good. So much depends on land draw, right? So much depends on these kind of things. Should we play this now? Probably before the end step, probably second main. That could be good. Actually, I'm probably going to play it now and try and pay. Phase out this one. They phase out, right? Yeah, so they are not bounced, they're phasing out. Yeah, and this is the right thing to do here. End of combat, yeah, that comes back, they draw a card. I hope it's not a Fatal Push or something. Well, Fatal Push does get it. We get another flyer. And the opponent can crack the egg, of course, so it can help them to survive. We draw land number 8. This is a disaster. I should have drawn about, 6 lands? Yeah. So... we need at least 2 more play, but well, that's not bad, actually. Obviously, this can't get in. Flash Flying. It's too weak against Yorion. The opponent will be able to discard my island. Sure. And number 9. Oops. That's interesting. What can you do with Defco? Defco is always very annoying. And they are sitting on a bunch of cards, so... I should just hard pass here, I can't do anything. Shift Enter. We get land number 10. Well, we're going to activate Hall of the Storm Giants. And go face with both of our creatures. Because if they don't block the giants, they're in trouble. Well, that puts them to 1 still. Yeah, they can do that, but I mean, is it good to be on 1? We're gonna cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Right. Ah, that's a good top deck. That is a nice top deck. I guarantee you we won't have a nice top deck. We will have a land or something like that. Well, we're gonna attack with this guy. With our friendly neighborhood chunker. My opponent is going to sacrifice their Yorion. Makes good sense. We're gonna play our Kaito. We have attack, so we can draw a card. Do they have counterspell for it? Yeah, they do. Sure, sure, sure. Are we going to be able to finish them off or not? Ah, they get a blocker again. That's so annoying. We get a Delver in turn 20 after 11 lands, or I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. We get our second Delver. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We have more lands than our opponent. He's playing this land heavy control deck. So what can we do? You see, this kind of deck is very annoying. I've been playing against Yorion decks yesterday as well, and the right way to combat them is obviously to control them out or to go even bigger. Wow, they're back on 9 lives, man. 9. Yeah. Casual 6 life gain. I know. That's how it goes. They're gonna have another counter spell probably. No. Anything I can do? Anything? I mean, it's too late for these things. It's too late for these things. Death is an 8. Yep. We lose again to this kind of value deck. I lost twice to Yorion decks yesterday when I was playing Rakdos Arcanist, and the problem was the same. You're playing. The strategy here is right. I'm trying to play all these very low to the ground, very mana efficient things, and it doesn't work because, and it can't work, right? Because my opponent is playing all these big haymakers, and they're just drawing all of them. I can't keep up with it. But look at that, I have 8 card draw spells, and none of them made an appearance. Lands are making appearances. I don't know. I'm a little bit desperate because I had this problem yesterday as well, like flooding and having to play against these go over the top crazy decks. If we lose again to a similar deck, to big control deck, Niv or Yorion, I'm going to switch into something that can fight those decks. And see how that works out. I don't know. But this is the beauty of Historic, though, that these are not meta. I mean, Niv is a meta deck and Azorius control, but Yorion isn't. For a moment, I almost did a heart attack. Yorion isn't a meta deck really, and still you'll find a lot of people who play these off-meta, but good decks. I mean, these are tier 2, tier 3 decks. They just happen to be very efficient against the deck that we are playing at the moment. Okay, that's not horrible so far. I mean, this is something, yeah, like, this is kind of the mixture of things that I find fairly plausible. What do we want here? One of the hand disruption spells would have been very, very good. Yeah, I might just adversary on their turn, just to have something to start chipping in. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. I'll let that resolve. I wonder what they are going to pick. I wonder what they're going to pick, I don't know. They haven't played a whole lot. I'm not sure what kind of cards the Anvil decks are playing in Rakdos. Ah, yeah, they don't want me to double draw next turn with the bonds. Yeah, I mean, drawing 4 would be pretty brutal. But if we can't draw 4, then it's best if we draw here, right? Because we still can't... It's another... We were again at 6 lands. Whoa. Yeah, doubling up would have been really neat here. What should we do? What should we do? And probably I'm gonna go have a look at their hand. And we can keep up Charm and Lock. Ah, they can draw so many cards, but the Massacre just makes the pinging very, very hard. Yeah, and I don't have enchantment removal, while I can counter their disputes. Yep, I can counter the disputes, but I can't really do... I mean, I can counter the Massacre, but it's still a very annoying thing. Lures into hand. So basically, then we should probably draw 2 cards and try to draw into more counterspell and removal. Which we are not doing. Which we are not doing at the moment. What is the play here? They can play Lurus, but they can't bring back the Massacre straight away. We should definitely keep up Drown in the Lock. I mean, I can just take the Lurus away, though. There you go. Problem solved. I mean, I could have gotten a copy with the Spell Thief. That would maybe have been nice. I wouldn't mind a copy of some... Well, what would I want to have a copy of? And I just bring the Delver and keep up the Spell Thief and the Drown in the Lock. Okay, we were quite lucky with our draw. Oh, opponent gets annoyed or disconnected. Interesting. That was a funky game. I think I would have brought in the skydiving thief boy. Oh, we're done with the daily. Actually, we can switch to another deck if we want to. But this is sort of a fun deck. Rakdos. I mean, they didn't have a good hand, right? They didn't have any creatures, so they couldn't establish any pressure. If they would have established some pressure with a creature on board, and they can start sacrificing their artifact tokens and making 2 artifact tokens every turn, we would have been in trouble. Yeah, I think they had their combo piece, the Anvil. They had their payoffs, disputes, or not payoffs, but sort of like engine cards as well. This would be a nice hand, but we can't keep it with 1 land. 2 blue, man. the hands I get, really. But we do have a little bit of card selection and pressure, and our opponent is not playing Yorion, which is very encouraging. So I'm just gonna go with Delver. That might draw some counter spell or removal from them. And oh, we get a mirror. Now this is a deck I haven't seen in years as well. Well, not years, but months. But of course, Arena's Matchmaker will pair you up with decks that have a similar composition to yours. So I was expecting to see rogues, but it's nice. It's a cool improvement to see Cynic rogues. Actually, we don't have any removal, and the Enforcer is very dangerous. So I'm just gonna trade there, and we get another black land after they milled 2 black lands. Oof. So basically, everything we have in our hand is unplayable. And they can even drown in the lock depths. Grisly Salvage. What the heck is my opponent playing? Death Shadow. Okay. Rogue's Death Shadow. I think they're going to remove the werewolf. It's not nice if I can attack. Yeah, they're just going to kill that. And now we are stuck with 5 cards in hand that we can't play because they milled our 2 black mana. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I'm not giving them any cards. It seems like they have perfect mana, but they don't really have much to play. I'm in the opposite situation. I have plenty of cards I would like to play, but I don't have any mana to play them. So okay, we're gonna go in for 2. And we're keep increasing the pressure. I mean, at this point they're almost there with the Death Shadow. The problem is, once that hits the board, it's very hard for me to get past it. Double Death Shadow. Okay. Maybe I should have emptied actually my own yard. That grows them into 5/5s. They're getting dangerous. I would need a bit of removal here. Not much I can do about that. What's my opponent going to do? I'm gonna have to play a painful bond. Now my lands keep coming. I might just play another one and hope that I can draw into removal. Well, there is the removal. I mean, I'm not dead, but they might have. If they have spot removal for the Stormcaller, then I'm dead. And they do. Okay, well, that was quick. Cool deck, really fun. Our opponent flooded out and they didn't have a great hand, but we also didn't have our mana, and they were very lucky with the Enforcer, which milled our 2 black mana. I think if we would have had the black mana from the beginning, then we win this one. But, you know, this was a fun. I think it was a fun matchup. Ratchet Bomb is good against. Dispute can be good against their Drown in the Locks. Maybe I would need more removal here. I mean, their creatures can be taken out very efficiently by the... Do we need 2 go blanks? Not really. 2 Soaring. Soaring can be good. It can make blockers. Spell Thief is good because they have a bunch of cards that we can use quite well too. Charm is good. It can steal their... Charm can steal their Death Shadow. Hermit isn't bad to counter removal. Is there anything we don't want? Even Kaito is nice, right? Sweelan dodges Fatal Push. Maybe Spell Thief is a bit slow and Sorin is a little bit slow here, and we don't want to lose too much life. Yeah, phasing out their things doesn't matter that much. But this can get rid of our own graveyard, that's why I like it quite a bit. Actually, their cards are really cheap, so bouncing them doesn't do that much. Well, yeah, this is tricky. This is a bit tricky. Oh, that's a lot of land, but we have the Charm and the Legion, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it on blue anyway because of the Charm. And I'm not a big fan here of losing any life to the grave. They're going to Toad-Seize me or Inquisition me. Nope, they're going to Fatal Push the Delver. We're on 5 lands again. It's not going well, people. We're gonna die to Flood again in our 20 land deck. We're gonna die to Flood again. Ah, they're going to trade there. Wow, oh, and they get the Wretched Bomb. Come on. Of course, when we don't have lands, they mill lands. When we have plenty of lands, they mill spells. Don't do this to me, please. So annoying. I hate the land system of Magic the Gathering. Yeah, they're gonna snag our Charm, and I think this game is over then. Really, really, really annoyed. Yeah, I wish we would have the complexity of Magic, but with a better mana system where you are guaranteed to get mana. Yeah, that's to be expected. And yeah, we're just gonna sit here and die slowly to our opponent, who had plenty of time to set up. Perfect mana, not too much, not too little, and had all the good 1 mana spells. So, yep, this is gonna be painful. 4 mana. Do they have Ambusher? They might have they might have Ambusher. Academ's Awakening. Really? Uh-huh. 1 more land. Again, 6. What the heck, man? How? So they want to bait the Legion's End, actually, because they probably have the Shadow, but they're like, I'm not gonna play that before this guy plays his Legion's End. That's why they brought back the Enforcer with the Awakening. They were like, I want him to cast that Legion's End. I don't want to cast the Legion's End. I'll have 2 creatures. I don't mind. These can trade with the Enforcer. I mean, preferably the Stormcaller should trade with the Enforcer. But I don't mind the Hermit either. I mean, the Hermit would be nice to counter a Drown in the lock or something else. Yeah, probably that's the idea, right? They're going to remove the Stormcaller, and then I have to counter the lock, and then they still have 3 mana to pay for it. You know what? I don't sacrifice my Hermit. There you go. Now what? I can still block that. Cryptic what? I've never seen this card. I've never ever seen this card. This is so funny. They're going to beat me with this card. Wow. Why do they have so much green? I'm so confused. I'm just gonna try to get rid of some of my lands because I'm again drawing, right? So again, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already. We're gonna bring back the Geist. This is funny. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this costs them 3 mana. It's pretty good. 3 mana, 6, 5. And they have 2 of it. And I draw another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands out of 18 cards. Our opponent is on 4 lands. 5. Okay. But this is a fun card for our deck. We could get a 1, 2, 3, 4 mana discount on it. Obviously, we can't do anything against the Serpent. So cool. So cool. I like it. Opponent's deck is nice. I like this Serpent. I might try this out in the same deck. So this was a Death Shadow version. Yep. Good fun, good fun. It would be nice to win at least one more game to get our daily wins. It's not looking too good with this deck, of course. But the Serpent was really fun. So what is this? Where does this come from? I've never seen this thing. Serpent, stand. Cryptic Serpent. I have 3 copies of this card. Wow. So funny. So this is great against decks like mine, right? Which have many small value creatures. So cool. Huh. Yeah, that's great. That's fun. Maybe Borrower. Yeah, I just don't see Borrower doing that much actually in most games. Extinction Event is a bit expensive as well. Serpent is just really funny. It's a bit wonky, but it's funny. And yeah, probably more creature removal. I mean, I'm pretty light on removal, to be honest. One Thirst. Actually, we can play 2 Thirsts, probably, and go down 1 Island and 1 Catacomb to 18. So we draw enough lands anyway. What else would be good for removal? What else would be good in general? What could we add to make this a little bit better? I mean, I'll try another Stormcaller. It can be nice with Thoughtseizes, Kotilax, Painful Bonds, Archmage's Charms. Yeah, 18 should be enough. I mean, we have been drawing lands like crazy. I've been drawing lands like crazy. I had 20 lands in I don't know, 3, 4 out of 6 matches, 6 games. I drew 8 or more lands in our top 20. So maybe that's not quite normal. I don't know whether it is or not, but stay cool and have fun. It's just a game. That's true. Good advice. Let's have a look. Ah, there you go. 2 lands. Good. Take it. 2 tapped ones. Never mind. But at least 2 lands. Still better than 3 lands. We're gonna try and Delver. Still gonna rock this deck. Nah. This is something cheeky. 4 lands out of 18. Ooh, my friend. Why? Is this real? How low do I have to go? Now I'm really puzzled. I'm really just totally puzzled. I want to see what my opponent is playing. I don't have any idea. Oof. Chunky planeswalkers. But I don't want Sorin because Sorin straight away makes some would straight away make some blockers. So I went down to 18 lands and I drew 5 playables and 7 lands. Okay. After this game I'm gonna cut 2 more lands and see how things go. Yep, we're going to reveal so that we can kill the Narset in peace. Nice. Our opponent is playing Grixis Planeswalkers. Looks fun. I'm gonna play a Malevolent Hermit and maybe a Locktwain. I'm gonna cut 2 more lands after this because something is this a shuffler problem? Well, what's going on? So out of 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were lands. But you saw the previous games as well. Very similar, extremely high land counts. What's going on here, people? What's wrong? And something is wrong, right? Sure. So out of 18 lands, we've seen 9. Half of our lands has been revealed to us, which is very nice. So the rest of my deck has 9 lands and 35 playables. So it should be like a 1 in 5 chance, a 20% chance every time I draw something that is a land. Yeah, sure, go ahead. 20% chance that it's a land. Okay, that's not a land, that's an excellent spell. It's an excellent, wonderful spell. And there you go, 2 more excellent, wonderful spells. And we're gonna snag the Me Too Massacre. And our turn. Counter the Lolth. Maybe I should have countered it with the Hermit, I don't know. My opponent also has a man land, and that's very disheartening. It's a very, very sad thing. I think I'll just start attacking here with the whole. Oh, they take it. Huh. Interesting. If I beat Grixis, despite this enormous flood, it shows that Grixis is really rather weak. I think the problem with Grixis is, and this is where you saw the Yorion deck was much better, for example, it had tools to gain life and draw cards early on. I mean, it has Narset and Expressive Iteration, so it should be better, but somehow this deck just didn't do it. So I think now the smart thing would be if they would bring back Loth and make 2 blockers. Yeah, that way they can survive the turn and even threaten back a little bit. It's not going to be a huge threat, but it's going to still be a threat. Sure, we drew another land, by the way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 20. How should we attack, right? This doesn't have trample, so one of the little guys can block it. So sad that they have reach. I mean, I think I just have to get in. The Hermit could try and get rid of one of these fogs, though, because that's gonna make 2 more blockers. Actually not. I would rather do it like this and this to make sure it can't make more blockers. Yeah. Obviously it's gonna block the Delver. It doesn't block the Delver. That's an interesting one as well. Okay. I actually like that. That's maybe smart from our opponent. Yeah, they were trying to kill us. And they drew. They top deck was spot review, but. Well, anyway, they actually had bolas, so I was silly. Yeah, I didn't think about the swing back with the spiders opponent. Well done. Well done. This is a really fun game, though. At least this was fun. This is quite fun. Right, we're gonna cut some more lands. We're drawing way too many still, so that's an easy cut. And I think I'm still gonna draw more than enough lands, so I'm not worried about that. This is not a fatal push matchup. Grasp can be good to deal with bolas, so yeah, the rest is okay. 16 should be more than enough with the current shuffler. My current luck, rather. The shuffler is probably okay. Look, no need for any more than 16 lands in a BO3 deck. Reliably, always at least 2 lands every game. That's cool, though. Next turn we can start toast seizing our opponent. Ooh, they toast seize me first. Haha. Do they toast seize a toast seize? Permit, okay. There we go. Let's have a look at what you have. Right, no iteration for you, thank you. I mean, at this point, I think I'm just quite happy to draw something. Okie dokie. Lock is going to be pretty efficient from now on. But I think I would want to see what they drew in the last 2 turns. Ooh, sorry, and bye-bye. This is funny. Okay, we keep toad-seizing each other. That's quite funny. What do you want to remove, opponent? Remove my Sorin. Okay, then I'm gonna remove your Liliana. This is hilarious. But it's not so funny because they're gonna start attacking me with the then. For 4 a turn, it's quite a lot. Okay, you'll go. Yeah, that's pretty entertaining. I have to give it to opponent. Yeah, we need to counter that, sadly. That needs to eat a counter spell. We're still sort of getting enough lands, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain here. I mean, it's gonna take a few turns for that to kill us, so at the moment we're okay. Might as well remove it. Pretty much know my hand, so yep, that's good. Pass the turn, we have both drowns up. 6 mana, 7 cards, so whatever you cast I can counter. Do I want anything from that token at the moment? Yep, we kill it. Don't want to get more damage, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your go. What does our opponent have? Yeah, I'm brave, but I'm not going to cast. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. Yep. Just make a blocker. Hope that we survive. Ooh, are they going to? I thought they were seriously thinking about memory. That would be fun. Meat Hook Massacre. Ugh. Nah. No, thank you. We don't want to die to that kind of thing. So their hand is empty. Memory is pretty good for them. Memory is pretty decent for them. I'm definitely going to attack. Then I can draw a card of Kaito. Ooh, Inquisition. Neat. Yeah, we just pass here. I think my opponent is going to try to memory. I mean, that would make sense. Can I snag that? No, because it's a land. So I'll have to use my hive. That's annoying. Very annoying, but I have to use my hive to block it. Yeah, oh well, that's life. Not much to be done. Not much to be done about that. At least it's done. I dealt with it in a sort of way. I dealt with it. Draw a card. Seagate Stormcaller. That doesn't do anything here. Trade. Maybe Hermit. I think Hermit is good. Yep. And the turn. Toadseize. Oh no. I want to take away my charm. I want to take away my charm. How uncivilized. Good. They saw the mystical dispute and they were like, oh shush. Nice. That was a quite funny game. And 16 lands are enough. definitely. 16 lands are actually optimal. I might go down one Sorin and get one Catacomb back though, just just to confuse my opponent. Is this guy playing 16 lands? 17? I think after the first game they thought I'm playing 30. Yeah, I mean, for anyone who takes Magic seriously, I'm really sorry. This isn't going to be a serious game, and it's not going to be a game that I'm going to really make a very significant effort to win. As you can see, I kept a one lander, which I normally never do, and you should never do it. It's a very, very bad play. You should always mulligan and try to get at least 2-3 lands. But somehow it's been such nonsense. This whole matchup, the shuffling, the games I got the third Yorion in a row. Then we got that strange Anvil deck. Then we got a mirror, basically like a black blue. Haven't gotten that kind of game in very, very long time. And now we are suddenly getting the again, of course, black blue, and I flooded like 4 times with 20 lands, so we went down to 16. 16 was good. 17 isn't good. It seems like 17 somehow is worse than 16. 16 seems to be the right number of lands for this deck. Again, don't take this seriously and start building decks with 16 lands. I'm just joking, but it's more like irony. Yeah, we are dead here, basically. My opponent is coming in for lethal this turn, and we will thank them for a fun game. Haha. We're going to kill one of your goblins. This was quite funny. So I'm really not sure what to do about the lands, because every time I'm playing 20 lands, I end up flooding, despite the fact that I have a ton of cycling and cargo in this deck. Obviously 16 is very, very low. It shouldn't be 16. I don't know. Difficult. What kind of deck are we going to face and play? That's a decent hand. You have turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Bond or Kozilek. Another Loris deck. That's a bit worrying though. Aha. That deck. Yep. We don't reveal Kaito. So if we don't get some removal, we're basically dead here, right? To the Spirit Dancer very soon. Okay, Drown can do the job. Drown can do the job, and actually Bog would be nice a bit later on in the game. Yeah, drawing Bog early is horrible, right? Because it's a tapped land, and it doesn't really do anything, because our opponent's graveyard is still empty. Sure, no blocks. Can be revealed, that's okay. I mean, I guess we need to find something like this and do something like this and get rid of the all that glitters and get in with the aberration. They don't have any enchantment in hand at the moment. Oh, they top deck a Curious Obsession. Okay, good for them. Would have been sad if they don't. We can still target them, so next turn we can remove the Drown in the Lock. But the problem is they just draw so many cards, this pair, that it's gonna be way too late. Oh, maybe it's gonna be lethal? Not impossible. So they're now at 14 damage. Okay, now we can't kill them anymore. Right, okay, that was nice. Nice and quick. Very streamlined. And is there anything at all here? Well, Narset shuts down their card draw. Legion's End is pretty good as well. Ratchet Bomb is excellent. And Feed the Swarm can remove some of their key plays. Sorin might be slow altogether, as is Kaito, yeah. And probably Suelen isn't doing much here either. So they grow beyond that range that Suelen could block profitably, or where it could get in profitably very quickly. Our chance is to discard their hand, or to hand removal. And this is actually a very good hand. Maybe 18 lands is really where this deck shines at. The sad thing is that these are both coming in tapped. It's a bit of a problem, but it's not horrible. But we don't have removal up turn 2. Oof. It's a bit rough though. Oops. Okay. Okay, I'm very happy with the trade. Another dog, of course, right? That's why they traded, right? Okie dokie. Let's have a look at their hand. So what are they trying to defend? Well, Light Pose is pretty good as well. Shrem is good, of course. Shrem can go. And we can still... Maybe I'll just kill the dog. The dog is extremely annoying, right? Yeah, the dog makes it almost impossible to kill whatever they bring next. And I have 4 Drown in the Lock, which is now active, and can target their cards. If I would draw even just one of them, that would be perfect. So here we are just trying to run them out of creatures. They drew a lot of creatures, which is not typical actually for their deck. Yeah, we would really need Dimir Fastland. This kind of Dimir deck is suffering a lot from the lack of that. Still have Light Pose. God, so many freaking... I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep up the charms, and probably they're gonna try to go with... I mean, if they're smart, they're gonna go with the 2/1 mana enchantments. Yeah. Yeah. They're just gonna go with that, right? So they're gonna get another thingy on it. We're gonna get a Curious Obsession, and then we can draw a card of that. So I need to draw 2 cards and try and find another Fatal Push, basically. And I do. That's pretty amazing. And very unexpected as well. Very, very unexpected. They top decked another Shrum. Well, we top decked another piece of removal. I don't know how many creatures they play. They seem to be playing quite a high creature number. They got already 2 Shrums, 2 Saviors, Sentinel, Lightbow. Yeah, usually, I didn't know that these decks play Sentinel. That's quite powerful. That's quite powerful. I obviously want to get rid of Loris. It's creature number 6? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. Holy moly. Holy moly, are they playing a shit ton of creatures. Okay, let's draw 2 more. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, we can go blank or something then. Maybe outvalue them slowly. I mean, this was a pretty lucky top deck festival for us. Go blank could be okay, but then again, they can refill their deck quite easily. Is Ashio good? I mean, it does prevent Lightbows from searching up the library, and it can empty their graveyard repeatedly. Maybe it's better than Delver. Delver doesn't really do much here. It killed off one of the doggos, which is key though. Anniversary has flash, so it can ambush something. Seagate can double up our removal. I mean, Go Blank isn't doing that much. Spell Thief is doing nothing, actually. Maybe Ashiok is better. We can empty their graveyard. Cling to Dust would be better to draw cards. It's cheaper. It's difficult to know whether Cling to Dust or Ashiok would be the better choice here. Wow, with 18 lands and we managed to draw 4. But I get a lot of card draw and I have creature removal, so I'm so tempted to just keep this. But maybe I'm very greedy here. Probably being very greedy. But I'll have to draw really rather well to justify this. Do they have Doggo again? Shrum. We're going to kill Shrum, that's for sure. Shrimmy. Bye. Dealing damage to ourselves never feels good. Ooh, they sided in removal. Why would you do that against a deck like mine, though? Strange. So maybe I'm gonna lead here with Painful Bond. Not great. I should go blank next turn. Well, depending on what they draw, right? Tapping Laros in hand, reveal. Definitely getting rid of Lurie. And they give up! Yes! We were so freaking lucky. So freaking lucky. I mean, everything lined up well here. That was just luck. I mean, insane luck. I'm very shocked though that the 18 lands work so well. That's a pretty interesting thing. Risona. Sure. Another Boros. Absolutely unusable card, unplayable card. Alright, let's have one more game and then I have to say goodbye and get back to work. But this is fun. Alright, I haven't played this kind of Dimir deck in a long time. One of the annoying things, of course, about Historic is the enormously high power level since they released Strixhaven last April. But this is also one of the beauty of it, because this is the closest to what, say, formats like Vintage and even older formats like Vintage Cube, Vintage Legacy have. They have so many 1 and 2 mana plays that are extremely efficient and decent. Of course, in those formats, the card draw engines are even better. But I mean, even in Historic, there are some pretty good things going on. gonna keep the bog. Oh no, it's okay, bog doesn't matter then. Actually, I should have brought the stowaway, because next turn I can double up the Kozilek with the Stormcaller. Should have brought the Stormaway. Stowaway. Stormcaller and Stowaway. Yeah, that's something I should have cast. That werewolf looks funny. It's almost as if it would have glasses on. It's like, you disturb me while I'm reading during my trip through the sea. You're unbelievable, man. They discarded their Clarion. Huh. They thought I'm playing something different from what I'm actually playing. Let's see what we can snag. It's possible that we can't snag anything, because Niv doesn't play a lot of... It does play a lot of good targets. So they kept a pretty cool hand, but they haven't drawn enough lands, right? Yeah, interesting. They can cycle. And we can get rid of that, yeah. Getting rid of the cowboy is going to be important. I think I still want a stowaway and keep up the drown in the lock. And hopefully remove it. Yeah, I'll have to kill that off. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose too much life. I should have prevented... I should have killed it before they can attack. Dang. I don't play Kabu myself, and if you don't play a card, it's easy to make this kind of mistake, sadly. So I'm going to bring the Hermit just in case they have some removal. The Werewolf is very good. It's going to draw us cards. Yes. Finally I can play the Werewolf effectively. I might keep one land just in case that becomes a stowaway again if my opponent double spells, or if I have to double spell, and then I have something to cycle away with this stowaway. Okay, they get rid of their 5th land. Oh, because they have another Savite Triome. That's unlucky, drawing 2 of the same Triome. Why was that important again? Ah, they don't like the Hermit. They wanted to play the Fairy, probably. No, maybe not. I don't know. They give up? What the heck? Oh, they just didn't like it. They thought I'm playing a lot of counter spells and I'm a jerk. I had this reaction before. If you run into 2 or 3 decks playing a lot of counter spells in a row, which can happen because the shuffler lines you up often against very similar decks repeatedly, then it's easy to get a bit tired of that. I don't know. Shall we play one more? Yeah, why not? But this really has to be the last one. But this Niv game was so fast, so unexpectedly fast. Niv is a very good deck. I remember when it popped up in Historic. That might have been 2 years ago, maybe during the winter, around the same time when Francis was still big. Maybe Agent of Treachery and some other things. Anyway, people realized it's good. It was also being played in Pioneer, and I was like looking at it and thinking about it, and then it's just I don't wanna risk it, and I don't want to risk it investing mythics into this strange 5-color dragon. Yeah, it can draw you a lot of cards, but you know, is it gonna be ever worth it? Is it ever gonna be really playable? Is there really going to be a deck around it? And Everything they have is pretty good against us. Every single thing they have is pretty good against us. It's gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be tough going, my people. Maybe I should have done Croxand, then I could have exiled it as well. But yeah, I'm more worried here about... Yeah, I can't play the Hermit at the moment. Maybe I should have just pitched the Charm, of course. I have zero chance of playing the Charm anytime soon. Typical silly mistake. I hope they don't have double red. They do. And they're going to Pyro most likely and pitch a land and the Flameless Bolt. Seems so. It's pretty good. Oh, they have 2 lands. Wow. Okay. So we could do Kaito. We could keep up Drown for the Chandra. That's pretty effective as well. I'm short of countering Chandra with Drown. I think that I'm just going to go blank. It makes my Drown actually worse, but it's still... I don't know, I feel it's just a more efficient use of my mana than Kaito. Then again, Kaito can force them to cast Flame Blast, otherwise I start drawing cards off it. Yeah, that's true, that's pretty good. I think they are going to use their Flame Blast Bolt on it. Or bring Chandra and use Chandra on it? That's possible. That would be pretty bad. Tricky. No, they discarded 2 lands and now they can't cast Chandra. Wow. That's quite funny. And now we can go blank. Yeah, oh. Getting the Arcanist or getting the Chandra, what's the priority here? I mean, if I get Chandra with go blank, then their graveyard is empty, so Arcanist isn't doing much at the moment. Let's have first a look at what we can draw and cycle. Nothing good, but never mind. Charm can go. Actually, this turn I could get rid of both, but next turn then Chandra is coming down, and I can't really get rid of Chandra anymore. Yeah. Have to get rid of that, yeah. Have to get rid of that, and I have to hope that their top decks aren't amazing. Yeah, 2 Arcanists. It's not amazing, but it's pretty annoying. Poor Kaito. Well, he has done the job. That's not doing much at the moment. That's certainly not doing much at the moment. We can keep this up. Kill one of the Arcanists off. Keep up the Flash creature. And then kill the Pyro. Oh, shush, come on. Come on, dude. That's not fun. I think I'm just going to counter this. It's not ideal, but it's still better than nothing. At least they don't know what's in my hand. I'm so silly, I totally forgot they have an Arcanist. I still should have kept the adversary, because they wouldn't have taken that, could have killed the Pyro, and next turn then do something about the rest. Are they gonna go after Sorin? I mean, Sorin would be pretty bad for them, if I ever get to 4 mana. Yep, lucky. What do we want here? I think just keeping up adversary. Yeah, and it can phase out the Pyro, then I get a little bit less damage, it can kill the Arcanist. No! I should have played the Hermit. shite. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's a brilliant top deck for them. They Toadseys my Saurian and they top deck their own. God. How annoying. Now, how annoying is that? Yeah, I mean, they obviously know this, right? And they know what it does. And actually, I can get rid of this. I can kill this, and I can snag the Saurian as well. This, I'm not sure how this was good for my opponent. I'm not sure how my opponent thought this is gonna be good for them. Interesting. Now they can bring the hive. Yeah, the hive can be taken out. Then I can't take out, of course, the... I can't take out, of course, the lifelink flying vampire, but I can leave back the adversary to deal with that. That's okay. And also the Geists will be flying, so... Yeah, the Geist will be flying, so that's okay too. Right, not much. Top deck wars. They get back the 2 tokens, that's annoying, but it's not too dangerous in itself. I keep getting a ton of discard spells, that's not brilliant, but not horrible either. I mean, I have to start getting in, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I don't. I don't actually have to. They're gonna get a good... Oh, another Arcanist. Come on. This is just so annoying. Why did they do that? Why was this good? I'm not sure. Can they draw anything that can kill me? I don't know. I don't think they have anything that brings back Planeswalkers, but who knows? Okay. Oh, they have another Aman land. Shush, and they draw it. And I'm in trouble. Okay. Okay, now this is getting exciting because I can get in for 8. Right? 3, 3, 2. But I can't get in for 9. And if I go in, I just die to these 3, but they have these ones as well. This one doesn't have menace, but they're going to attack with 5 things. So if I only have 2 blockers, I'm going to die. I need all 3 blockers, actually. Wow, they can remove even one of my creatures. I'm dead. No! I don't want to go out like this. How annoying! Incredibly annoying. They're bound to find something. Come on, they're bound to find something. No. But they can't attack with the bugbear at least this turn. They really don't want me to see what's in their hand. Okay. Okay. You can be sure I'm gonna have a peek after that. Following that, it's Chandra. That's just gonna kill me, whatever I do here. Because Chandra is gonna come down. She's gonna shoot down the adversary. And then they're gonna come in with all 4 creatures. I have to make 2 bad deals, so I'm gonna be on 1. Yeah. If I Tootsie Chandra, I'm go to 1. I can play Stowaway, but they can just activate the Bugbear and attack with 6 creatures, and even if one of the 1/1s gets in, that's enough. Um, so this is just not good anyway. I'm just dead. Whatever I do, and Chandra can just deal 2 damage to me, and then I'm dead as well. Right. Yep. Let's say bye to Chandra. Let's say bye to Chandra. Have they seen my Stowaways? I haven't played Stowaway yet, right? No. So that's it. I'm dead. Um, yeah, I don't mind if my opponent thinks that I didn't have anything. That's okay. Because it doesn't matter whether I don't want to show them the Stowaway. I mean, it doesn't change probably too much how they play against me, but yeah, still, it's okay. Would it have been okay if I attack here? Not really, no. I could have killed all these 3, but doesn't do anything. I'm still dead to all these 1/1s. It's so incredibly annoying. Oh my god. Disdainful Stroke. I don't know. It's good against the Planeswalkers, but it's not good against anything else. It's not good against anything else, really. Yeah, Legions and is good against their Dreadhorde Arcanists. Go Blank, as we saw, is pretty good. I mean, Ashiok Soulguide Lantern could be good here as well. Is there anything that's like not good against them that I really don't want in this matchup actively? I mean, the charms are good, but maybe they're a little bit slow. But I mean, this is going to be a grindy matchup, whatever happens, right? Yeah, Delvers are what we used for pressure. But pressure is not going to close this game out quickly. Sviolon gonna do anything? I mean, it's 3/4. It's a big blocker in this matchup. Spell Thief is very good in this matchup, actually. Ashiok would be good as well. Repeatedly exiling their stuff. Maybe I'll just go down all these guys. Ether Gust is okay. I mean, it's a big tempo swing. Can blow them out a little bit, maybe. Charm might be hard to get to. I don't know. Maybe try one Ashiok. I feel like I took out some of my strongest card in Charm, though. That might not have been a good idea. Yeah, sideboarding is not easy. It is not a good hand. We need more lands than that. This is actually a pretty decent hand. Yeah, we can definitely keep that. I think Spell Thief is great, but maybe I would want it later. And we can just lead with the... I think we can lead with the island. I don't want to give away that if I put Murkwater Pathway on black, it's pretty obvious that we already have blue in our hands. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play Hermit. It's nice to have some aggression on the board and start chipping in. We weren't far away from winning. If we would have been able to do 1 more damage in the early game, we would have been in a good position. Oh, our old friend is here. Very good. Very nice to see you. Well, now the problem is really... We want to Toad-Seize them. Packrat. The heck? Sorin is dangerous. Pyro is very annoying. Definitely don't want Pyro to gangster around here. And we don't want the Arcanist on board either, so we're just gonna get in. They're gonna play Hive, they're gonna play Bolt, they're gonna play Packrat, maybe. That's what I would play probably in their place. Maybe just Packrat here. Packrat could be okay. I am going to counter that, because if I don't counter it, then this spell exiles my Hermit. But if I do counter it, then my Hermit doesn't get exiled and I can bring it back as a 2/2 flyer. Ah, they are going to snag the Hermit anyway. Okay, well, at least they had to spend 2 cards on doing it. Something. Not great, but it's something. Wow. Wow, they had a good start. They did have a good start. I drew 5 lands again. In my 18 lands deck, drew 5 lands. They are gonna make a vampire. No, they're not. Ooh, that's good though. But that still means we can't quite kill the Saurian because it's going up to 5. Shush. They do draw a Takenuma. Yeah. That's a bit of a tough one. I can phase that out if we want to. We can have a look at Bond. Does it get us anything interesting? More lands. So this is again fantastic. We're playing 18 lands and we drew 6 of them already. So there are only 12 lands left in the deck. 1 in every, 4 cards? Yeah. They can bring back the Seasoned Pyro. Thing is, yeah, I just wanna attack Sorin first, just so it can't very comfortably make the vampire token. If it does, it's dead. I might wait one more turn with Bojuka Bog. Yeah, I think I have to. But why am I getting so many lands again? I'm playing only 6, and half of the lands I drew are wow. It feels as if I would be playing 30 lands, right? Then half of your cards should be lands, but I'm only playing 18? So probably... ridiculous. Problem with Takenuma is it can buy back Sorin as well. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I should have kept that up for the Hive. Yeah, but I'm a bit like blown out here because, I mean, obviously my opponent is 3-4 cards, 3 cards ahead already, and they drew 1 less land. Oh, they drew the same. What? They don't keep it? Wow, that's a weird play. But I mean, with the Saurian so snugly, yeah, they can just very easily keep ahead. What now? They might want to kill their own pack rat, so it's in the graveyard. Really? Oh, that's an interesting play. I don't grudge you that. Oh, but this way Legion's End doesn't hit the other one. Huh. I can steal that pack rat though. Okay, let's wait a moment. I mean, this might be interesting. This might be interesting. So we can counter something, or draw 2 cards, or steal my opponent's pack rat. That's okay. I don't mind that. What's better, drawing 2 or stealing the pack rat? God, I don't know. It's so hard. That's so hard and annoying. Because stealing the pack rats would be pretty powerful. I could make a bunch of pack rats as well. But maybe drawing my cards is just better, no? Oh, but pack rat costs 2. Ah, the copy costs 2 as well. Ah, okay, then that line is not even available to me. Okay. It would be so good if I can get rid of the pack rat. And I draw my 7th land. There are only 11 lands left, but I draw a land again. Wow. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. Yay. People, how can I avoid these crazy floods every single game? Oh, pack rat is just coming back. But if I kill the pack rat, can it make a copy? Yeah, it can still make a copy. Shite. We're gonna die to pack rat pretty badly here. Okay, that's a good card. I see. Yeah, Warboss and pack rat are interesting. They're like armies in a can. Yeah, we're sitting here on a ton of lands. Well, there should be 6 lands in total for about 20 cards. So 7 to 8 for 20, but not 7 for... I can cast that twice, gain life, draw some cards. Or I can just go in with the Storm Giant. Can they kill me next turn? I might be able to. Because they can pitch 2 cards, and all the pack rats become 4/4s. God. Yeah, just attacking with the hall wouldn't do much. Just attacking with the hall doesn't do anything, to be honest. I'm not really using my graveyard. I'm more curious about what I would have drawn. Whether there was anything I could have done. But not really. Not really. No. I think I'm just dead here, whatever I do. Okay, whatever. It was a good, fun game. Pack rat. People, it's a strong card. It was a strong card. Has been a strong card. Is a strong card. But it was a fun matchup. I like my opponent's deck. I mean, it's pretty standard Rakdos, but the pack rat deck was cool and fun. It was cool to see it in action. They can throw 1 more, and then they activate Hive Tyrant on their turn, and then they have lethal. Serpent came too late. But anyway, yeah, I couldn't do much against this, to be honest. Yeah, in top decking mode, this is a good card. And they could kill Inventory next turn, but I don't think they're going to wait until then. More stylish to finish it with the pack rats. Good game. Fun game. Interesting experience. It was cool to play this Dimir deck. It did sort of okay. Yep, I had a good time playing it. Some of the cards were quite nice. Actually, Yeah, Delver is, I think, not great because sometimes it's nice if it flips early, but it's almost always easily removed, and it just doesn't give you enough power on the board. It's not enough of a threat. Adversary was much better than I expected. Stowaway does what it does, but it gets removed very, very quickly. Everyone's aware of it being a good card. You never saw Spell Thief, sadly. Kaito was very good. People were very afraid of it. Sorin did the job. Charm, obviously super cool. Seagate could be good with hand disruption. It did the job sometimes. Hermit is very nice. Painful Bond, decent card draw spell. A little bit of a spinning the wheels feeling there. I'm not sure that's actually good. Maybe something more efficient would be nicer. That can be double cast, like Deluge or some late game card draw. What else was there? Drown is very strong, obviously. It's been good. It felt good overall, I would say. It felt really good overall. I don't know. I feel like some kind of better creature would be needed instead of Delver. Something that can, I don't know, maybe something that has hexproof or flying. Something that is harder to remove and can get in with a better chance. Because the problem with the Delver is it's very nice if it flips early, but it just doesn't feel efficient enough, to be honest. Maybe these two, and then I don't know, something with hexproof or board. Hollow the Storm Giants has been very good a few times. Hive has been good. Maybe one more Spellone. Maybe Trespasser. Maybe the Witch is okay in this deck, actually. I might try this out next time. One Trespasser. But I don't want to add too many 3 mana cards either, because they come out quite late, right? Yeah, Ward. Ward, what else is there? There's Ward, there's Hexproof, there's Protection. Drake. Drake as a sideboard card, that's an interesting pitch. And Beetle against green. Could be something that we can try out. Good against multicolored. Well, that wouldn't have done a whole lot here. Protection. Something that's good with flying. What else is there? Spirit. Could the Sailor have been good? Some situations, probably. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Somehow I feel that we were lacking finishers. Like, even if we were in top deck mode and our opponent was in top deck mode, we just didn't usually have the cards to close out the game. Interesting. Somehow a bit more power is needed in this deck. That's what I'm sure about. That's what I'm sure of. Freebooter could be okay, snagging cards. It does get removed always, but you know it is a tempo advantage. But Freebooter is better in decks where the tempo advantage can be really made good use of. So you can kill your opponent before they recover, like they regain their card and they cast it, right? In this deck is slow, so we can't do that really. We won't kill our opponent, and then they remove the freebooter and they just get back their card and nothing happened really. This is tricky. Well, anyway, at the moment this is what it is. It was good fun. I really enjoyed playing it. And oh, sideboard. Right. What wasn't so good about the sideboard? We didn't really want to use Disdainful Stroke, and Legion Sand was actually good. Narset, I'm not sure. Yep, I think maybe this is something I would give try. Well, anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. Have a great day or great night, whatever time is wherever you are. And I'll probably tune in a bit tomorrow morning. And bye.